I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about the 30 amp situation that you just heard about. And I'm going to tell you two stories on this situation. One story is I've got one guy here that had a 30 amp trailer, and they went up into Arkansas, Hot Springs, or up in through there, and I don't know, they drove 4 or 5 hours to get up there, and they set up, and it was about 6 or 7 o'clock. It was hot, and they plugged in their 30 amp and they started working. They started running their AC. They went out to eat, and they come back, and they'd taken showers, and they'd getting ready for bed. About that time, the AC breaker broke, kicked on them, and so he got on the phone, and he found him a mobile service to come out. They come out, and this particular trailer it was a 30 amp trailer, but the breaker the AC zones, that 30 amp main was right beside it, built in. It's a 20. So the old guy come out, and he told him, he said, "Oh, I'm sure that breaker's just weak, so we'll put a new 30-20 main in it, and that ought to fix you." So sure enough, that's what he did. He put a 30-20 main in it and kicked it back on, and the serviceman left, and I don't know what it cost. But anyway, that was getting up to about 9, 10 o'clock. So they laid there a little while and got in bed, and they didn't no more get in bed, and that breaker, that new 20 amp breaker, it kicked again. It kicked out, knocked this air conditioner off again. And so that old guy, he got aggravated, and he told his wife, he said, "Get up, we ain't gonna put up with this." So they got up, they packed everything, and they drove home 5 or 6 hours. He said, "I'm tired of messing with this." He said, I knew I should have went to Colorado. I knew I shouldn't have stayed down here in the South in the heat, because you just can't run an air conditioner. So he come back home, and then I guess it was Monday morning, he called us, and he says, can y'all help me?" He says, my trailer's kicking breakers, and I had some guy to work on it, and they checked some stuff out and did some changing, and it still kicked breakers. Okay, we said, okay, bring it on out. So he brought it into us, and we did some testing and checking, and we checked the old breakers, we checked the new breakers, and there wasn't anything wrong, and this and that. So come to find out, his air conditioner had a little bit of problem, not much, but anyway, we worked on his air conditioner a little bit, and then he asked us, he says, "Well, there's no way that air conditioner, when it does run, it's hot. It never cools that trailer down. Can we run 2 air conditioners?" And we said, "Yeah, we can run 2 air conditioners, 30 amp trailer. We can run 2 air conditioners, but we'll have to do a circuit expansion off the main panel, then we'll install a JTB." He says, "Okay, let's do that." So he already had the second air. I think he already had it. He just had never installed it. So we installed the second air and wired it up for him and everything, and got him all fixed up, and we pulled it out there. And this was in the heat summertime, hot summertime here in Texas, and we got him going with both ACs, but before that, we got the other one the other AC had a problem with it. The reason why it was tripping that breaker, and it would run that one AC after we got that particular problem fixed, and I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think it might have been blower motor or something out creating that air conditioner kick that breaker. It's building up too much pressure. So we fixed that, and then we added the second air, and then we added the circuit. We expanded the main panel with a 20 amp circuit for the second AC that we put into the bedroom, and then we installed the JTB off of that circuit. And now then, that weekend, he said, "Well, I'm going to go check it out." We said, "Where are you going?" He says, "Oh, I'm going over here east of Dallas to some lake," and he says, "We're going to try one more time to try to RV in Texas." He says, "Everything tells me that I need to just go to Colorado or go over 7,000 feet. I believe that was his deal. We go over 7,000 feet. So anyway, he went on to that weekend. It was hot, and he come back that next Monday. We said, what you think? And I believe he called on Sunday. I believe he called my brother on Sunday, and he said, well, we've been down here, we're running the JTB, we're running both air conditioners, and this RV has, and it was a fifth wheel trailer. He says it's never been this cold. And he says it's hot, and we're in hot Texas. He says it's never been this comfortable. So we asked him, said, well, when are you going to Colorado? He said, well, I'll be going to Colorado, that's for sure. But that particular RVer, he went to the next 5 or 6 weekends because he never enjoyed RVing like he did once he was able to keep his RV cold. And he made the statement, man, that it was great to have both air conditioners. And I'm thinking that the guy was named Dan, and I believe he's one of our testimonies that we've got in one of our brochures, or maybe even on the website, but it's Dan C. in Texas. But and it is in one of our brochures. I see it. It says we no longer have to go to the high country to stay cool in the summertime. We can now RV more and RV closer to home thanks to the JTB. Well, that's just one other success story that we've got on the JTB, and I thought it was important for you salesmen and dealers to hear that, because we've got proof in the pudding of what the JTB will do. Now I'm going to go tell you about one more situation, or one more installation that was done, and it was done in Missouri. I believe it was around St. Louis, and they had a 30 amp motorhome. They wanted to run their second air conditioner, and again, it was one of those that if you're not running the generator, you're not running the second air. But anyway, to make a long story short, they installed the JTB and they run the second air, but their motor coach was only a 30 amp. And he told me, he says, Terry, here in Missouri, that there's parks that we go to that all they've got is a 30 amp connection. They don't have a 30-20. They just have a 30. And he says, can I go and run the JTB? I said, no, you're not going to run the JTB unless you have something to plug it into. He said, well, I've got a generator here. And I said, well, when you go to those parks, can you run the generator? He said, yeah, you run the generator as long as it's a quiet generator. I said, well, what do you got? He says, I got a quiet generator. I said, well, what are you going to do? He says, well, I'm going to, he asked me, he said, you ever done any testing with the generator on the JTB? I said, no, I really have not done any testing. But I told the guy, I said, I'm going to let you do the test for me. And if you have any problems, need a new board, or if it does any damage, let me know, and I'll send you a new board. He said, okay, that's fair enough. He says, I'm going to run it a few hours here in the shop. I said, okay, go ahead and run it and see if it works. So he did. He run it. I don't know, later on that evening, he called me back. He said, well, I've run it all evening here in the shop. I didn't have any problems. He says, so I'm going to go, and when we go, I'm going to run JTB on this quiet generator because they won't let me run my other generator because it's too loud. I said, okay, not a problem. Same deal goes. If anything happens, let me know. So anyway, that was a situation in Missouri where they run a 30 amp motor coach to run one AC, and the second AC was run off of a quiet generator. And I'm not sure exactly how many amps it was. I'm assuming it was a 20 amp quiet generator of some brand, not even sure what brand. But anyway, he was successful in doing that. We here at JTB, we've never done that testing, but I feel confident that the JTB can also be run off of a generator, and it can run in conjunction with the existing power grid. But my recommendation there is, if you're going to do that, I think I'd fire the generator up first and then plug in my electrical power grid. I think, from what I know about the JTB, I think it'll work the other way, but that's the safest way. But anyway, that's just another situation. I wanted to throw this in this segment. I know it took up a little bit of time, but salesmen and dealers need to know of what what all the JTB is doing out here in the actual field. But now, if any of you run across anything that's odd, you know, before you say the JTB will not do it, give us a call, and we'll make some arrangements to do some testing with those particular people on that particular thing, and then we'll see. And then if it works, we'll let people know. And if it don't work, well, then we will make it good for them. Yeah, that is, if we are on board with them doing that testing. So again, all I'm saying here is, anything comes up, you think the JTB might help, give me a call. All you got to do is call me or email me. Thank you.